I'm gonna tell you a story about when Dafinsky was homeless. I'm right here working at the signs. I take the motherfucking sign to the thing, so I ain't gotta hold it. You know, you gotta work smart. Work smart. Use this right here. Anyways, I got sick. Somebody got me sick yesterday. That's why I sound like this. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you a story when I was homeless. When I was homeless, I was staying at the motherfucking Midway Airport in Chicago. And I used to stay there all the time, and the police used to always wake me up and kick me out early in the morning. They kick you out around like sometimes 3:30, sometimes 4, but they wake you up with the motherfucking things. They run around like that, beep. And when they put that fucking alarm for the police, that shit was fucking annoying. Come on, man, Zamora, you gotta get out of here. I'm like, all right. And so they knew me as a regular. That's when I was an alcoholic. They knew me as a regular, you know, and they used to always wake me up. I used to always go to the toilet and drink beer and sit on the toilet for like 2-3 hours, drink all my beer. I'll save some for the morning, then I go to sleep, because it's hard to sleep in that bitch. You got all that noise. You got, especially on the holidays, you got all the white people, you know, traveling, and everybody's walking, staring at you. You're like this, sleeping with your mouth open. Sometimes you just sleep on the floor, lay a fucking little cover, and just go. So they won't tell you nothing. They only kick you out in the morning. So anyways, so the cops used to always wake me up. So one time I was sleeping, and the cops kicked me. Well, we was like, hey, Zamora. I'm like, what happened? Like, one of your friends died. They OD. Because a lot of my friends did drugs. They did heroin, or they were alcoholics like me, or, you know, they did all different type of drugs. But I was like trying to find out who. I go, who the fuck dead? Like, you know, I know everybody had their names. I was like Amigo. Then you had Mexico. Then you had Black Vader. And then you had Sun. And then you had, man, you had so many. You had Europe folks. You had so many people, dog. You know what I'm saying? They used to hang with us at the Midway, you know, because it's like a whole little city in that bitch. So I'm trying to find out who died, you know what I'm saying? So I'm asking anybody, like, hey, did dude die? Did dude die? I'm like, nah, you're alive. But then later on, like a day later, that's when I found out. The police told me, I think. The police told me, like, man, it was some famous rapper. A rapper. Who the fuck died? It was a rapper. And then they told me it was Juice WRLD. I'm like, damn. No way, man. You know what I'm saying? I was downstairs. He was upstairs. I was downstairs underneath him, you know. I'm like, damn, no way, dog. Like, yeah, that dude that died. I go, man, that was Juice WRLD, dog. That was sad as hell, man. And I'm thinking, this kid made it, got all that money, got out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know, you know. I can't judge nobody because I did the same shit. Sometimes you get lost, you know. You get depressed or something. I never got depressed. I just used to like drinking. I love drinking. The way the alcohol used to make me feel, like I didn't give a fuck. You know, so even if I was homeless, it was cold, I was outside, as long as my school bag was full of Ice House, I was happy and I had something to smoke. Not even that. I used to get cigarettes off in downtown. You picked up the ashtrays, man, there were a bunch of buds, man. As long as I had beer, I was straight. I don't give a fuck about life. But that was wrong because I wasn't taking care of my shorty. I was here sending the money here and there when I had big jobs, but if it was my money for beer or for my shorty, I just buy my beer because I knew my shorty was cool because she was staying with her grandpa, grandma, and her mom. Her mom was alcoholic too. She's a drug addict, but she controls it more than me. You know, I just got lost. You know, I got lost, man. I don't know what happened to me. You know, my whole life, I never had like a stable family. When I was a kid, I was 5 years old. My mom used to beat our ass. They took us away from my mom because she was an alcoholic. Put us in the orphanage. From the orphanage, I stood there for years. But man, that was the best place. That was the best time of my life as a kid. That's when I found out about Christmas. I found out about Great America, horseback riding, all that bullshit. There's some crazy lady from Ecuador, took me as a foster kid. But all she wanted was my money that she was getting, because she was spending no money on me. She was trying to take me to Payless Shoes and give me a fucking $5 pair of shoes while everybody's rocking Jordan. I go, man, I want some Jordan. If you don't buy me some Jordan, I'm going to call DCFS. And then, and, you know, me and her used to get into it. And she kicked me out. And then when she kicked me out, the cop, my baby mama, my first baby mama, called the cops on her. And they tried to arrest her because I was still a DCFS kid, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, besides that, that shit didn't work out. And then my pussy ass brother, my foster brother, he wanted to be a wannabe Mel Gibson, lethal weapon ass cop. He's the one that got me locked up for the case. You know, I'll make a video about that later, but that's a big video I gotta make, 'cause that ruined my life, that case. But anyways, after that, I was in and out of jail, in and out of prison, and man, my whole life just went to hell, you know. But anyways, that's another story. But that's one of my stories from being homeless, was staying at Midway, and they told me that Juice WRLD died. That was crazy, y'all. So rest in peace to Juice WRLD. And rest in peace to all the motherfuckers, homeless motherfuckers at Midway right now. Rest in peace to all the motherfuckers that died in Chicago this year, last year, and all the years. And you know, man, we got, nobody helps you, bro. When you homeless, it's like you don't exist. Like you're there, but you're like, you don't exist. You know what I'm saying? They see you, they walk over you, they don't help you. You know? So that's why a lot of these people don't give a fuck. Don't do anything. I'm a man. Like I said, if I wasn't sick when they were raiding all them stores with George Floyd and all that Black Lives Matter, man, I would have been in that bitch. I would have been in that bitch taking out motherfucking drills and Zazas and motherfucking PlayStation computers. Like, I would have been in the grimy of that shit, man. I would have been the main motherfucker. I would have got all my homeless motherfuckers from Midway. We would have ran in that bitch, bro. We would have robbed Midway too. We would have ran and robbed all them luggages, man. Fuck that shit, bro. I'm waiting for another one. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people might say, man, you wrong for that, but man, I ain't wrong. You know, life treats you like that, dog. Life treats you fucked up, you know? And we gotta adapt to the situation we're in, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of motherfuckers from the hood, they gangbanging, they killing motherfuckers. They were brought up in that environment. And that's all they know. That's all they know is how to shoot, how to kill, how to not feel no mercy for the ops. You know? And they give up on the system gives up on you. And now they want you to like, oh man, he's an evil dude. Look at what he did. He shot that girl by way. He shot the girl by mistake. It was an accident. He was trying to shoot the dude, but you know, that's how shit life is, man. I mean, look at us right now, homeless. And motherfucker, they're helping the motherfucking immigrants. That motherfucker taking a trip to El Salvador. And he don't want to take a trip to motherfucking Wacker Drive and see all this shit happening, you know. Or all these other on the west side, all these homeless people living under the fucking viaducts. You know, and they, instead of helping us to get rid of the homeless people, take away their tents and shit like that, they want you to suffer more, you know what I'm saying? But they go see this motherfucker in El Salvador, man. That's why I said, fuck the homocrats. Fuck all these white people supporting all. White people, mind your business, bro. Supporting, you don't even know what the fuck you're supporting Palestine for. You know what I'm saying? And white people got a good heart, but they just get involved with the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? Love white people, you know, don't get me wrong, but white people stay out there. Business. Come help us in the hood in Chicago. But anyways, that was my story about one of my stories. I got so many, bro, but if y'all want to hear more, leave a message. And like and subscribe, people. Thank you, y'all. Be safe out there.